Good afternoon. It is a real privilege to introduce Julie Ending, an extraordinary alumna whose endless desire to learn shows the value she places on education and belonging. A first-generation college student, Julie earned both her bachelor's and master's degrees at our university to set the stage for a career working with one of Wisconsin's most familiar brands. Julie parlayed her master's degree in guidance and counseling with her experience working as a peer mentor to freshman students to earn her first job as a career counselor and academic advisor at UW-Parkside. And 5 years later, she joined Harley-Davidson and began a remarkable 26-year journey with the iconic Milwaukee-based motorcycle company. She retired as Vice President of Inclusive Stakeholder Management in 2023 and worked for 4 years as President of the Harley-Davidson Foundation. Julie has served her alma mater in board roles on the UW-Whitewater Foundation Board and also the Dean's Advisory Board in the College of Letters and Sciences. Armed with the polish of a C-suite executive and the motivation to impact positive change, Julie is a shining example of UW-Whitewater. She benefited from what she calls our university's rich environment, and I know firsthand that that relationship has tremendous impact. Her strong leadership and drive, which we see through her enduring connection to UW-Whitewater, is what we refer to on this campus as Warhawk Bold. We now invite her to the stage to serve as today's commencement speaker. Please join me in welcoming Julie Ending.
I'm getting old, I need the glasses. Good afternoon, graduates. My sincere congratulations on your achievement. You have made an investment in yourself that will last a lifetime, and it can never be taken from you. Well done. Nobody gets here by themselves, so a big thank you to the faculty, staff, administrators, family, friends, pets, perhaps ChatGPT, and any additional significant others who have been with you on your educational adventure. We do not walk alone. I stand before you today, humbled and honored to have been asked to address you and provide some thoughts from my life journey. I certainly didn't have this on my list of things I wanted to do. In fact, I woke up this morning thinking, now why did I agree to do this again? Well, the answer is I'm here, we are all here, to celebrate you, your hard work and dedication. You have reached a significant milestone. You are about to become graduates of the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater. Let's pause and let that sink in a minute. Close your eyes if you wish. Take a deep breath. Turn to your inner critic. You know, the one living inside your head, talking trash to you all the time. Say, hello, old friend. Gotcha. I made it. Life is unfolding exactly as intended. You are here today because you are supposed to be here. You've been on a journey, you've arrived at a destination. I had a poster in my cubicle at Harley-Davidson with a big, beautiful motorcycle that said, "It's not the destination, it's the journey." That poster was half right. It is actually both. The ride can be exhilarating, and there is also significant magic in the pause, in stopping to reflect and marvel at what you've accomplished and where you have arrived. And so I hope you will take some time today, tomorrow, or in the weeks to come to honor the journey you've been on and the destination at which you've arrived. Life is unfolding exactly as intended. Mine has taken me to places I never expected. I recently completed a wisdom quest to Bhutan, where I spent time with wise elders and teachers, hiking in the mountains, visiting sacred Buddhist monasteries, and enjoying the food and culture. It was a trip of a lifetime. And it was there that I relearned this concept of life unfolding as intended. This is not only a Buddhist principle, in fact, similar concepts can be found in many spiritual and philosophical traditions, including Christianity. I've been using this phrase to anchor me since my return, to help guide me as I greet each new day, because it challenges me to really think about how I show up. So I wanted to use it to preface my comments today, and I invite you to consider what this phrase means to you as you continue your life journey. Life is unfolding exactly as intended. Here you are, about to embark on a new adventure. Maybe some of you know how that's going to begin. A new job, perhaps a move. Maybe some of you are unsure, still trying to figure out what's next. Whichever it is, it's okay, and it's not permanent. My career, which started as a calling in higher education and ended at the iconic brand Harley-Davidson, was not anything I planned. We could spend all day talking about the things I have learned in my 30-plus years. I promise you we will not. I have 3 nuggets that have become my go-to advice related to career success that I will share with you today. These nuggets may or may not be helpful to you. You may need to modify them for your own circumstances, or better yet, come up with your own. Know that I share mine in the hopes that they will lead you to yours. So here goes. Raise your hand. High achievement, low attachment. It's all about relationships. Let me explain. First, raise your hand. Every job, role, promotion, project, and opportunity I had resulted from taking a chance, making a choice to raise my hand and setting about the hard work of figuring out what I'd gotten myself into. I dove in, did the hard things, took the messy assignments. My hard things got me to better things and provided me with experiences and learnings that allowed me to get to the places I most wanted to be, in the room where it happens, so to speak. Sometimes this was risky, sometimes downright awful, at least at the time, and usually a bit scary. It was often the assignments and projects I hated that taught me the most and set me up for better things down the road. Inherent in raising your hand is a lesson I will share with anyone who will listen. Never stop learning. So yes, this is a 2-for-1. Learning, formal, informal, through books or the School of Hard Knocks, the ability to learn, to change, to grow, and add new skills and experiences to your toolkit will allow you to adapt to the changing times ahead. And the pace of change is not slowing down anytime soon. The rules are being rewritten, and you will need to be prepared for anything. In fact, getting comfortable, being uncomfortable, may be the most important skill you can master right now. I recently read a New York Times article by conservative columnist David Brooks discussing literacy and the ability to think critically. He quoted 2 retired generals who said, "If you haven't read hundreds of books, you are functionally illiterate, and you will be incompetent because your personal experiences alone aren't broad enough to sustain you." I will never say that books are the only way to broaden your perspective. I can think of many others. The real point is challenging yourself to know more, do more, and be more through learning. Raising your hand at work is only part of the equation. I invite you to consider raising your hand for civic responsibilities as well. I have served on numerous boards, volunteered, and actively engaged in my community. This act of giving back is a critical connection with our fellow humans in a world that needs our engagement now more than ever. Second, high achievement, low attachment. I had a colleague at Harley-Davidson who once said to me, "Julie, every day is an interview." I never forgot those words of wisdom, and I did my best to show up every day and give it my all. What I learned over time was I could give it my all and still be incredibly disappointed with the outcome. I usually didn't control the outcome. My output, yes, but the outcome rarely. There was always someone above me calling the shots, making the big decisions, changing their mind. So I had to practice, and I still do, letting go of the outcome. Life is unfolding exactly as intended. My ability to get better at this, and it is a practice, changes the way I show up and how quickly I can adapt to the challenges in front of me. Aim high, produce excellent work, and then let go. Third, it's all about relationships. The relationships I established here at UW-Whitewater that changed my life and launched my career. Behold a bulletin board. Yes, the place we went for information before Google, where I found a poster for a workshop sponsored by what was then called Career Services. Become a peer counselor and help students struggling to choose a major. Perfect, I thought. That workshop and those wonderful humans in that office set me on a course I never would have imagined for myself, student services. I discovered I could be paid to work at a university with students like yourself and help others struggling to make meaning out of majors, careers, and resumes. Those relationships also opened a door for me at UW-Parkside when I graduated. I went on to spend 5 years there working in student services and getting involved in everything I could think of, learning and doing as much as possible on campus to stretch, grow, and achieve. It was also a relationship I established at Parkside that led to a lunch that also changed my life, an exchange that made me aware of an opportunity at Harley-Davidson that got my resume into a hiring pool that led to an interview and launched a new career path. I then spent the next 26 years of my life working my way from an entry-level position to the executive ranks. None of these experiences were on any plan I had for myself, and the relationships I nurtured during my career continue to uplift me. They are, by far, more important than any title I ever achieved. I truly hope that you have many experiences that weren't on your plan, along with relationships that are deep and meaningful. Your life will be richer for it. So there you have it, my big three. Raise your hand, high achievement, low attachment. It's all about relationships. Our lives are unfolding exactly as intended. My final piece of advice is for your innie. If you have watched the Apple TV show Severance, you immediately get the reference. If not, it's completely okay. You don't need to watch the show to follow what I'm about to say. Graduates, I am guessing you have been asked, what are you going to do next? Or, what are you going to do with your major? The other question that will follow you the rest of your working career and beyond at every event, gathering, and new introduction is, so what do you do? I have struggled to answer that question since I retired, and I actually have come to dislike it quite a lot. Why do I dislike it? I don't have a job where I get a paycheck with a fancy title. I fumble with what to say because retired doesn't work for me. I am working. I'm working on myself and who I'm becoming. Parker Palmer is a well-known educator, poet, philosopher, and writer, and I've been a fan of his work for a long time. I even asked him to be on my dissertation committee. He turned me down, which was a disappointment. Nonetheless, I have great respect for his work. I wanted to share this passage from his book, Let Your Life Speak, because I think it's profound and important. People take copious notes on what the fill-in-the-blank expert says, but rarely, if ever, do they take notes on what they themselves say. We listen for guidance everywhere except from within. He goes on, the deepest vocational question is not what ought I to do with my life. It is the more elemental and demanding, who am I and what is my nature? He says it is so much easier to deal with the external world, to spend our lives manipulating materials, institutions, other people, instead of dealing with our own souls. We like to talk about the outer world as if it is infinitely complex and demanding, but it is a cakewalk compared to the labyrinth of our inner lives. Your inner life, your innie, needs your attention. The outer world will give you lots of advice and will clamor for your attention, and it's okay to take that all in. And if you are really brave, if you can be still, have patience, and listen deeply, that voice that is mostly talking trash to you will actually provide some profound answers and direction. Trust it and cultivate it. This is my work now, and it's way harder than anything I've ever been paid to do. Life is unfolding exactly as intended. You have arrived at your destination. Pause, reflect, celebrate, and rest. Speaking of rest, I recently discovered writer Octavia Rahim, who gave me a whole new perspective on rest. I highly recommend her most recent book, Rest is Sacred. And I leave you with a few words of her wisdom. The future belongs to the well-rested, to those who are committed to presence more than performance. The well-rested are not those who shrink from accountability and responsibility. In fact, the well-rested are the opposite. They are the ones who understand that the only way to fully wake up their dormant power is through rest. They understand that the movements of the future will be imagined, discerned, and revealed to them in quiet and stillness. The way forward will only be revealed from your most rested and awakened heart. The collective way forward will only be revealed from our most rested and awakened heart. Pause and listen. I invite you all to pause and listen often. Life is unfolding exactly as intended. Your life is unfolding exactly as intended. It is the curriculum, and you've got this. Congratulations again, and blessings on your journey and all the destinations along the way. Thank you.